Hi everyone, hope everyone's keeping well and good. It's Bhav from Bhav Creates Art. I hope you've all had a wonderful weekend. In today's video, we're actually going to be doing some stamp punching. We're going to be doing stamp punching which involves picking out images which are floral themed and bird themed. So I've already done one in this lovely little book which I got from, so if you're from the UK, or you might be able to access somewhere else. This is from a place called Poundland in the UK, if you're not from the UK, that is. If you are, then obviously you're familiar with Poundland. And this lovely little binding small book was only £1, and it's hardcover, and in terms of GSM, so it is, in terms of the thickness of the paper, it's actually, well, it's an A6 book. And I don't know, does it say the GSM? It says 96K, but it's 100 GSM. So it's an A6 booklet. I'm not sure if you can see that. Let me see if I can focus it. It's got 96 pages and it's 100 GSM, which is a really good quality actually. And it's actually a sketchbook, an A6 sketchbook. And I only got this for £1, so I've got a couple of these. And the one that's local to me actually closed down. So when I was in Wales, I popped into Poundland there and I found these there, which was great. So if you're in the UK, definitely go out and purchase these. These are great for kind of glue booking purposes, collage purposes, or just sketchbooking, drawing, painting, because it is 100 GSM, so thicker than copy paper, I guess, which is used for printing. So I will reveal what I've already created in the very first page. Apologies for the camera being blurred. This is the very first page I created, and I absolutely love doing this with the stamp punch. So I punched out from my Gardners World magazines, I punched out some florals and I punched out some birds as well. So hopefully you can see those there. So there's a bird there, there's a bird looking up there, and there's a badger there and a butterfly. So I kind of mixed it up. I mixed the florals up with nature, and there's a bee there, this beautiful bee sitting on this purple flower there. So I wanted to kind of incorporate other elements into the floral stamp glue book page as well. So this idea was actually which it came from Nicole from Relax Cut and Glue, which I've mentioned previously. So she showed off the stamp punches which she got as gifts from viewers, from a viewer, and I was absolutely I was so excited. I had to go and get one, so I got this off Amazon, and this was £13. It did take a good couple of weeks for it to arrive, but it's a really good stamp punch, and it definitely cuts through magazines, as Nicole mentioned. I don't know where she got hers from, but there is a link in her YouTube video. I got this from Amazon though for £13, and I love it. And it's got the safety lock and a clicking system below, so you just press that and it opens up as well. So yeah, so I've already punched out some images for me to actually do with yourselves on today's video. So this time, instead of going horizontally, I'm going to be going vertically. I just wanted to do it slightly differently. So I've punched out some images, but I'm short. When I say I'm short, I'm zero on nature images. I've only got the florals, so I haven't got any kind of birds, or I haven't got any butterflies or bees or anything like that. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to just place down, or I'm going to place down the ones I've managed to punch out, and then we're going to go through a magazine or two to find some other images as well. So we're going to place these down, and you can fit, well, we'll see how many you can fit as we finish the page. But I'm just placing them down, and you know, I'm using my I'm just going with the flow really. I'm not using anything, so I don't have a set kind of plan for this, but I might be moving, and I generally do things around as I go along. However, what I will do, some of the things that I do is make sure that I don't have the same colours in a row, so I'll make sure that I've got different colours in a row on the piece. I'm just going to zoom you down a bit, let's see, so that you can see the images as well. So let's do that. So let's see what we have. I've got this beautiful yellow flower here. I think it's a rose, I'm not 100% sure. So let's have a look. So how is everyone? How has your weekend been, and how's your Monday going so far? Because I'm actually filming this on Monday. Not sure when this video is going to be going out, but it should be going out fairly shortly. And this stamp punch is fantastic. You know, it is capturing little small snippets of nature in stamp format, which I think is so cool to have as a collection. I think this one's the wrong way around. So I've been punching away like mad. And I'm kind of short. So what we're going to do, so to be honest, you can pop. So on this page, I'm assuming you can get 4, 8, 12, 16 on here, which is what I think I've got on the other page, whereby I actually placed the stamp punch images in a horizontal format. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to be going through. So we're going to leave that there as is, which is looking stunning already. Then we're going to be going through some magazines. So I'm going to pull you back out again. So let's just see if I can do that. Ooh, apologies. This is the real world of YouTubing. Let's have a look. Oh gosh, the camera's not liking this. So let's see if I can zoom you back out as much as possible. In fact, I need to drop this up, don't I? That's what I did. Drop this up, place this up. So I'm just going to place my tripod up. There we go. So yeah, so I've just started YouTubing, just to let you know. So this is my 5th video. Do check out my other videos. There's quite a lot on there when it comes to kind of showing you magazines, so magazine harvesting, to kind of charity shop hauls as well. And yeah, it's really cool to do. The first page here, so this is the Gardners World Magazine, which I got a ton of these for free off Facebook Marketplace, and I just picked up some more from this lovely lady down the road from me. So I've got 2 boxes there as well. And you know, with Facebook Marketplace, you kind of get magazines which are free and some which are kind of next to nothing. I've picked up all the free magazines, so I've been really fortunate so far, and I've picked up so many different subject matters as well. And I will go through you know, the different magazines I've picked up. In fact, I'll do a video on the different magazines I have picked up as well. But this is the Gardners World. It is the January 2014 edition, and it really doesn't matter what year I'm picking up, because they're just images that I'm after at the end of the day. So straight away on this page, I can see fantastic images which I would like to take out and use as a use into my stamp punch. And I do have, let's see if I can find it. Let's see. So I do have, I've cut out some templates from for the punch, just to see if the image will fit on before I go to the effort of cutting it out. And this one clearly does. It fits into the frame, and so does this one as well. So this one's a little bit on the small side, but this one will fit in beautifully as well. So as you can see, straight away I've already picked up some images, and I do need some floral images as well, which I'll be picking up. So I'm going to be taking this image out, this page out, and I'm going to be using my trusted Stanley knife, because it does a really good crisp cut when I'm cutting out pages as well. You can just tear them out, not a big deal. So straight away I'm going to be cutting that out, and we'll use those, and let's see what else we've got. So this is kind of a bit of a magazine harvest video as well, I guess. So not too bad for yourselves. So here's a bigger image of that same image. Let's just see if I get my, where's my template gone? So we're going that way. So even that will look good. So we can take that out as well, and I can use that for something else if I decide not to. And there's the same image there as well, which is on a smaller format. So I might be taking that one because I get a lot more coverage from the smaller image. Not sure if you can see that. I'll show you the images a little bit closer as we go along. These are beautiful. The images in this particular Gardners World book are fantastic. They're super clear and crisp, as you can see on here. Stunning images. Snowdrops. Have you noticed that snowdrops, daffodils are already out, which is crazy for this time of year? And I've been having conversations with people and they've been saying the same thing, that obviously with the climate change, you know, everything else is impacting on the kind of growth of flowers around us as well. So I mustn't forget that I'm actually short on, here's another bird. I'm doing really well in this very first magazine. I didn't think I would pick up some images straight away, but that's pretty cool. But it's a little bit on the big side, so I'm going to leave that one in there. So I'm looking for, like I said, anything that kind of lives in nature. It doesn't have to be birds. It can be butterflies, it can be badgers, it can be bees, which I love. So yeah. So do join me as we're going along. You know, do get your magazines out, do a magazine harvesting, get your piles of pieces ready for your collaging, for your glue booking. So I think I've got enough birds. I think I'm just looking for smaller images now. So we've got some seed packet images here, which are really good. So I could use that, but it's kind of not enough of an image, I guess, is a word. Let's have a look. Let's see what I've got. Yeah, so it's been a full-on week, actually. I've had, so I'm actually a resin and mixed media artist, which I've also mentioned. So I've had classes at the weekend on Saturday, and I've been super busy with that. So people have been making some resin tables and finishing off pieces as well. That's a beautiful piece right there. Let me just grab that. I think I'll grab that image. That's really pretty. And I think there's one here as well, which I could pick up. So that's in the yellow. Oh, beautiful. I'll pick those up. So yeah, so I've been really busy with my resin classes this weekend, and I'll show you some more pieces actually in future videos as well, so you get an idea of my background and what I do. So resin mixed media, and now, well, I say now, but I've always been into collaging. I've just not kind of, you know, given it the time that it deserves, and so I've decided to do that this year. So it helps me to get out of a bit of a funk, and it's the same image again there of that beautiful robin. That's a beautiful flower there. I like that. But yeah, so I find glue booking really relaxing. Now, just to watch somebody do some glue booking is relaxing for me, and that's what started the journey, as mentioned before as well, through a lot of glue booking artists on YouTube. Oh my gosh, look at that. That's a beautiful image. I'll definitely be cutting out for my secret garden glue book. And this beautiful bird here. I love that. I could take that out, but I think that would be beautiful in my secret garden glue book, and a beautiful sunflower just there, using that as well. Oh my gosh, tiny little robin again. Stunning. Taking that, and there's some, oh wow, these are beautiful. I'm taking those as well. So I'm not a bird person in terms of, I don't have much knowledge when it comes to birds. I know robins and swallows and, you know, the kind of general. Oh my gosh, look at this, guys. There's a whole book full of birds. Oh my gosh, I think I hit the jackpot today. It must be because I'm filming this video for YouTube, right? Because what else could it be? But I'm loving these. These are so cool, and I could use these in other collages. So I'm going to be a little bit picky with these because I do want to use these. Oh my gosh, I think I've got enough birds. I think now I just need to pick out some, I'm not sure if you can hear my stomach rumbling there, guys. I hope not. It's quite embarrassing. But oh well, that's nature for you. When you're hungry, your body lets you know, right? I think this magazine is actually more focused on birds, right? Because I can't seem to see many small images of, oh, I like this. I think I'll take this. Or should I keep that for birds and balloons. Oh, you could put strawberries in your piece. That'd be pretty cool. So we can use strawberries as well, right? Oh my gosh, there is a frog. I like you, Mr. Frog. You're pretty cool, but I can't get more. I can't get enough coverage. Oh my god, that fox is beautiful. Shame. And I've got another bee here, but I think I'm going to use that for my secret garden book as well. So let's see. So I think we're going to move on to another magazine for some more floral images. I don't need that many more, I guess, but we'll just go into another magazine. So you've got some tiny ones on this page. Not sure if you can see, but they're super tiny. I'm going to zoom. I've zoomed you in, folks. Just some tiny images there. So they'll be really good actually. For glue book pages 2 there. I think I'll take those. I think I saw those somewhere else, and then I can't remember where I put them. So that was very super typical of me. I had everything ready actually. So I've got a number of glue book projects going on for me to actually show, and not show, but for me to go create with you on YouTube as well. So I'm going to take that. Another bird there, which I love. Okay, and don't forget, we've got to punch these out as well, right? So let's have a wee look. We'll go into another magazine, and it's going to be another Gardners World Magazine. So I'm going to zoom you back out again. So let's just do that. So what month is this? Let's have a look. Does it tell you? It should tell you. It doesn't tell you. So this lady obviously had a subscription. So I think when you subscribe, it doesn't tell you the month, because I kind of been looking out for that as I've been going through some of these, and I can't seem to see the month, which is odd. Okay, so just bear with. Oh, excuse me. I'm just having my morning coffee. It's actually coming up to 12 o'clock here. So let's have a look. That's beautiful. I'll take that. Always check the other side, folks, because you don't want to miss out. Beautiful bee there. That's a beautiful bee. But it's kind of not that obvious. And then you've got the magazine covers where the Gardners World Magazine cover images as well, which is great to have. So you could use that. But yeah, I could take that. And don't forget, when you're going through the pages, you might as well look out for fonts and things like that. So that'd be, oh my gosh, this is beautiful. This is beautiful. I'm going to zoom you back out, folks. So I think I have zoomed you back out. Let's see if I can do any more zooming. I don't do it because I don't want to interfere with the video too much, I guess. You can see that the images are absolutely stunning in here. So that's another thing. So you've got beautiful square images here, so I'm planning to do a page with just full-on images like that as well. So I've got that already set up for one of my videos. Oh my gosh, look at this lovely cat. Oh, she's cool. She's cool. Maybe we could, or she, I say it's a she, it might not be a she, could be a he, right? So let's pull her. Oh no. Gotta be careful with a Stanley knife. It's quite sharp, and it will kind of go through multiple pages. So let's pull the cat out, because we could add the cat in, right? So do we need any more flowers? I'm just thinking. Maybe we could just use, but you see, I could have used those flowers, but if I was to do that, can I do that? Let's have a look. Oh, I can do actually. I will do. But these eggs are fantastic. I think I'm going to do something with those eggs. In fact, I might just have a whole page of the garden bird eggs. That'll be pretty cool with some birds. Oh my gosh. Okay, so we have another idea. So you could actually, I'm getting excited, folks. You could actually cut these eggs out, right? So fussy cut them. So literally cut around the shape of them. And then you could keep the name of that in there as well. So cut the name of the bird egg out as well, and then you could have some bird images in there as well at the same time. Oh my gosh, that is such a good idea. Haha. So okay, I think I'm gonna not bother with that small image there. So let's see. Oh yeah, I love these. I love cactus, right? So why not? We could, and I have got a cactus page, in fact. I love that. That is so cool. That is so cool. Are we going to? Maybe not. But I have got a cactus page to actually create with you guys, so I could use it for that. So I'll leave it in there. And then you've got strawberries as well. That'd be pretty cool. Oh yeah. Yes. We could use that. Oh my gosh, and there's some more there. So let me just cut these out. Yep. So, and I think we're going to stop right there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move on to the next stage, and I will be right back. Okay guys, so I am back, and I was going to actually do cut the images off camera, but I thought I decided to actually cut the images with yourselves, just to show you, you know, what I'm using as a cutting device. So this is just a Fiskars cutting board. Oh my gosh, my words are not with me today. So basically, you can use this cutter. It's a Fiskars cutter, let's put it that way, and it's a really great cutter actually. Obviously, what you need to do when the blade goes blunt, as you probably well know, is to replace the blades, right? So anyways, I'm going to be cutting these images, so, and then we can decide which ones to go for. So we're going to then start punching them out with a stamp punch. And like I said, when you're actually cutting out your images, don't forget to look on the back as well, double check the back, and there could be strips like and words or little bits of knowledge that you might want to keep. So this strip here, I'm not going to necessarily chuck that away. I'm going to hold on to that strip. Has a background filler, and you know, there's a piece here which I could also use. So I'm not going to use it for the stamp punch though. So we've got some there, and then I wanted to, so I'm going to check the back of that. I've got strawberries, which I might actually use now, I'm thinking, because why not? Right. So I know it's kind of floral themed or botanical themed, but strawberries do kind of fall into the nature side of things. So let's do that. Just going to roll my sleeves up. So let's carry on with that. Let's put that to one side. Don't need that, do we? Right. Let's just get a little bit more organised. So, oops, chuck that away. So yeah, I have been scavenger hunting is the word, right? For images and for magazines, and I like that save on strawberries. We could just cut out the word strawberries, and that's going to hold on to that. So I've been yeah, onto Facebook and traveling around to get my free magazines, and I have actually really been enjoying it, honestly. It's opened up a massive world of possibilities, not just for glue booking, but also it's opened up possibilities for my mixed media and resin art world as well. So, you know, it's been great on many levels, and also, you know, just looking through magazines gives you, as an artist or a creator, it gives you the opportunity to kind of see things differently as well. Like, you know, it kind of really opens up your visual kind of senses, would you say? But yeah, I've really enjoyed it. You kind of learn more about kind of color combinations and yeah, I don't have the words to describe it, but I will kind of put a list of things in terms of the benefits of this, because I always, as I'm picking up magazines, going through them, it really does make me think about the benefits of going through magazines. It honestly, it's just, it's mind-blowing actually. And I think, you know, there's so many people that oh, could have kept that. So many people that throw magazines away. They read them for obviously leisure purposes and then they throw them away, and it's you know, looking at magazines in such a different way. And yeah, it's really cool. I like this. I'm going to keep hold on to this for, so let's hold on to that. So yeah, I've loved every minute of this. I honestly have. It's been mind-blowing in so many ways, and you know, watching other artists has been really good as well. Do I want to use that? I'm not sure. Let's just put that to one side a minute, because I've got so many, right, that we don't need to oh gosh, okay, we've got this image on this side, and then we had the bird, so I can do both, right? So but yeah, and I've been watching other artists. I've been coming across more artists actually. So glue book artists and mixed media artists who use magazine pages for various purposes, and it's given me so many ideas, really. And you know, I'm just, my mind is full of ideas. I'm sure everybody, I'm sure yourselves are the same way, that you know, when you start something, a project, you have ideas coming out of your ears at the end of the day. And you know, I find, and yeah, do share me if you do, that I find it very difficult to sleep, because my brain is so hyperactive after I've gone through some magazines just before bedtime, and ideas start popping into my head actually. I love this image. I'm going to hold on to this. This is pretty cool actually, this ball. It's obviously a statue for the garden. Some peppers there, so you can put peppers in your piece. I'm going to hold on to that. That'd be pretty cool to have, just as a curveball. Quirky, something different. So there's no rules when it comes to glue booking, as you probably well know. You can glue down whatever images you want to. You know, people, glue book artists do have different glue books, which is where I'm heading as well, for different things. Oh wow, on this back page you've got a whole section of magazine covers, and I'm doing a magazine cover glue book page as well. So now this is where, right, okay, so let's have a look, because I'm gonna have to be super careful with these bird images, aren't I? The blackbird, right? So we could, yes, we could. I'm going to cut the legs off of that. So, but that's okay, because this is the image I want. I'll put the rest away for another page. So let's do that. Oh my gosh, if I cut there, then that means, right, okie dokie. Right, so this is the thing. Now you need to choose, because this is the bird I wanted to punch out, but then I'm gonna be losing, well, I could cut the bird out, couldn't I really? I could cut them all out. I was going to do something else, but in this instance, I think I'm going to put that to one side, and I might actually use that image, but I've got plenty of bird images already anyway. Oh, there's a tiny little one here. Oh my gosh, hold on. I just noticed all these garden birds spotters. Again, these are really cool. So what do I do? I think I'll leave that page. I don't want to go into it. I will use other images, so don't you worry. And am I hoarding? Oh, I love that hand. Am I hoarding? Yes, I probably am. I like that hand. So I think that I wanted these flowers, so I'm going to grab those. So let's do that, Shall we? Yes, we shall. I'm going to hold on to the hand. So yes, we can use those. We need to go further down because obviously we're going to be taking those images out with the stamp punch, right? Could use that for a pig. And then we've got these. So obviously I'm cutting these down because I need to get to the image itself, because the stamp punch will not go that far. So hence me actually sizing them down. No. So let's just do that. Cut that out. And we can probably stop shortly, maybe. I don't know. What's everybody else creating? If you are creating, what do you do in your free time? What kinds of hobbies do you have, or what you do in your leisure time? You know, apart from this, I do a lot of walking. I love walking. It's fantastic, especially if, you know, it's great for kind of stress release. And when you're going through the menopause, which I am going through. Is everybody else going through the menopause? Hopefully I'm coming out of the menopause now, but it's been a tricky so many years now. They say it lasts up to 10 years, or it can probably be less, depends on the individual. So I think I started in my 40s. I think I started my menopause in my 40s, early 40s, which makes sense because my mum was the same actually, and I didn't understand when she was going through the menopause. I saw a complete personality transformation happening, and you know, it's very tricky for women because, you know, if you don't understand it, then it's extremely difficult. So I'm going to be careful here because I do want these birds. Sure, let me do that. And I love that dog. That dog is cute. I'm going to try and keep that dog. Okay, so I've got nothing on the back. Just making sure I'm not cutting into something I don't want to cut into. Hold on to that. I can get rid of this excess there, I guess. Yeah. Okay. I'll hold on to a few scraps there, and then I'll use and has fillers for backgrounds. Not all of it though, because otherwise we can all keep collecting stuff, can't we? Hoarding stuff like mad. Do you guys hoard stuff? I do, I'll be honest with you. And I'm trying to use my stuff actually now, because what's the point in hoarding it, right? But not that I'm, you know, I'll get better eventually. Oh yeah, because we had kind of a couple of images there, didn't we? So what's in the back? Okay, so let me see, because we've got these flowers here as well, so I'm going to take away those flowers maybe. Yeah, let's do that. Let's take away those flowers. I might want to use those as well. I'll put those to one side. So I've got flowers on this side, and then I've got the birds. Oh, I've got a bird there, and I've got those two birds there, and then a flower here as well. So okay, so now we've done that, let's put this away, and making sure I'm filming, which I am. Now we're going to start the punching, right? So I'm going to figure out, I'm just putting my hole punch through, and I love that. It's not getting the snail in, which is a real shame. I love that. So I do have a smaller one, which I think I'm going to use instead. So I'm going to go straight into the smaller image of the same bird and use that instead, because there's nothing on the back of this one. So let's do that. And I've cut it too short, so just remember not to cut it too short, otherwise you're going to struggle to kind of do the punching out. It can be a little bit tricky. So let's see if I can get the whole image in. I'm not sure you can see that. You can probably see me struggling. Okay, so the snail's around about here, so I'm going to grab as much as I can, and there we go, and it's gone straight through. So this is the image right there. I'm not sure if you can see that. Let's see if I can get it into focus. Yeah, so it's done a fantastic punch actually. So that's one. We won't use that one. Put that to one side, and let's get the other ones out now. So let's have a look. So we're going vertical. So what I'm going to do is, so you can use the template as well to see where you want the cut really. And you can mark it off with a pencil at the end. So use your template, and then you could just create a pencil mark. For example, choose one of those thin pencils. Oh, I'm out of focus, do apologise. So put your template on top of the bird, and then you could just kind of mark it off and then cut from that point. So you can then, for example, grab your piece. I'm going to put you into focus again, and just kind of mark out where you put your pencil mark, and then get your punch, and then punch out the image, right? So there you go, crisp image. And I've just got a word out here as well, Gardeners. Huh, love it. Okay, let's hold on to that. So now I've got that image, but I will carry on and I'll show you the images. In fact, you're going to see them anyway, aren't you? And you can hold on, which is what I've been doing. I'm holding on to these pieces, guys, because I can use them in my collages. So for my, you know, the stamp book punch that we're currently going to be working on, and also for my birds and blooms as well. So there we go. Okay, right. So what else do we have? So we've got a number of, so we've got all these to go through. Okay. So that's what I'm going to be doing, and then I will be right back. But before I do that, I will show you once again what I'm doing to get the image that I really want out of that piece. I'm going to use my template, which I've just cut from a book page, which is just going to be thrown away. And I'm going to see, okay, which birds do I want? So, you know, they're the birds that I want, those two, out of this whole image. And then I can then mark it off with a pencil there, and then I can cut this part here with my scissors and then go into that. So that's how I kind of figure out which images I want as well, because I could equally go for these two as well. Okay, so it's great when you've got, you know, different things going on in the piece as well, but it just gives you access to the actual piece that you want by using this method as well. But I will go ahead, continue to punch away these images, and then I will be right back with you. Okay guys, so I am back. I've cut out the images, so I'm just going to get them close to the camera for you. So these are the images which we pulled out or harvested out of the Gardners World Magazine, and then I just used my stamp punch to punch the images out. I've got some which I did not vertically but horizontally, because I'm going to create another glue book page with the horizontal images on there. So this cat, I decided to go not add that onto this particular page that we're going to be creating, but to another page. And then there was another one as well. But don't forget, I've also wanted to show you words as well, which you can add into your stamp glue book page as well, stamped out images glue book page. So plants with winter wow, so you could add that in somewhere in the center of the page, on the side of the page, if you wanted to as well. You don't have to just do rows or columns of vertical or horizontal images. You can add words in there as well, just to kind of give it a different feel. So, you know, it's good to kind of remember that as well. So we're going to start adding these on or gluing these on. So we're going to start the creation process. But before we do that, I just wanted to, so yeah, do look out for words, as I mentioned, to add on to your pages, but also hold on to these kind of stamped out frames now, because they'll be good to use in other collage pieces as well. So we definitely will be using these. I've got some ideas already. So one of them is to actually add them onto my secret garden page, but there are other ideas. And yeah, so watch this space. There's this one really good idea that I've got as well, as I was it happened by accident using this kind of framed stamped image as well. So I'm going to show you that project in a different video. And then I didn't cut out all the images. I did one of the strawberry images. So I stamped out one of the strawberry images, but the other one I kept as is. And then I kept the ball as well in the horizontal kind of format. So I'm going to keep that, and then also put the cat to one side, which I won't be using in today's glue book page. Okay, so shall we get started? So this is what we started off with to begin with. I'm just going to push. I'm going to pull this camera away a little bit so we can get this page into frame. And we're going to start the creating process. Do apologise for the lighting as well, folks. It's not the best, I know. So when I actually do a page, a kind of stamped glue book page, what I do is I make sure that I'm choosing colours which are not similar in the same kind of row. So and we're working vertical with vertical images as well, by the way, as I've mentioned. So I'm making sure that I'm not duplicating the colour scheme, the colours into each row of images, making sure there is a contrast between each image in terms of colour. And also the other thing that I do is, and I've just done this without thinking about it, is I've kind of used clusters of flowers in the image, and then I've used singular ones as well. So I've tried to break it up with using like cluster of flower, single, cluster, single, if I have those images punched out, that is. So we can go with that. I mean, I kind of like this row. So, I mean, you've not got too many flowers in that third image, so it kind of still works. So you can still do that. So let's see, we've punched out the images, like I've said. We could kind of go with that one because that's a singular floral piece as well. It's kind of similar to that colour. So I might just, and I will be switching things around a bit. So I like that. That's pretty cool. I do like that. And then I like my orange theme as well. So I'm going to go with the orange there. I hope this makes sense to you. If it doesn't, then just let me know in the comments box below, please. And don't forget to subscribe and comment and like the video. If you subscribe, obviously you'll get notifications of future videos, and I would definitely recommend subscribing because you're going to see a lot of different videos coming up as well. I've got so many ideas, as I've mentioned, so don't forget to do that. But the other thing I would like to say is don't forget to comment, because the comments, I want to create a interactive or engaging community of creators. I want to kind of, gather like-minded people on this channel so we can kind of, get to know each other, have a conversation and provide some tips to each other. That'd be really good as well. So yeah, so let's crack on with this creative process, and we're going to be gluing these down. So that'll be the next stage. So that's very similar to that image, so I won't be using that. So like I said, I don't try and put similar images together if I can. I do like, let's have a look. So I've got my images on the side. I'm going to just try and get them into frame so you can see which images I'm kind of using. I did show you them. And the other thing I wanted to do was also use birds as well, right? So now I'm thinking about it. I think I'm going to be using this bird here. And it's always difficult when you're actually doing a video compared to when you've got time to really think about which images to place down, which formats. But, this way's kind of good because it kind of puts you under pressure because it is a video. And also you just crack on with it without overthinking the process, right? So now the other thing I'd say is that if you can get birds which are facing different directions, it would be a lot better. But that's only if you've got the images, and I've only got one facing the different direction, which is this one here. So I could potentially put this bird, look at this bird. I do like that there. So I might, like I said, I probably will be changing things around. I'll put that bird there. Then I've got a bird which is quite close to that one there. So what I might do is, well, we'll leave it right now and then we can change things up, right? So just bear with me. Still sipping away at my kind of, well, it's coming up to 1 o'clock now, my coffee. That floral can go there. What else can we use? We've got another bird which is facing the same direction, has that one. So we could put that bird there. I think that's orange and orange. So try not to put similar colours together, right? Alternatively, what we could do is put this bird here, and then we could put this bird over here. That'd be pretty cool, I'm thinking. Or we could put that bird over there and then just switch that around. So, you know, and you'll probably, if you're doing the same thing or a similar kind of layout, you'll find that you're switching images around, which is absolutely fine as well. Then what else have I got here? I'm just trying to see. So, strawberries. I've got very similar images now, so I'm kind of more conscious of it, is the word. I like these daisies. Put the daisies there. And then what else? What else can we use? Okay, let's go for, I thought I cut some other ones out. Okay, let's go for these orange ones here. That looks pretty cool. Then we could put a bird there. So you could, let's have a look, actually put more images on here if you wanted to. I've got 4 in a row, 4 going down, so 4, 8, 12, 16 images, which are nicely spaced out. So I like to have that space in between. And as I've said, if you wanted to add a word, you can add a word, right? So you could add this word in the middle, you can have it underneath, overlapping. You could have you could cut that word up if you want to, and then split them up and add them on, or you could just put it right in the middle, like so, if you wanted to. So that'd be pretty cool to do as well. So you could do it that way. Am I going to do it that way? Maybe not, because the word doesn't kind of, it says plants within 12, so there's lots more than plants going on here. I might find something else, but right now I'm going to stick with this format. So I've got a bird, I don't know if you can see, in every single row. Well, have I got a bird in every single row? Yes, I have. Okay, so let me just see if I can get you zoomed in a bit. Okay, so here we go. I'm just going to take you through. So I've got that as my first row. You can see the images there. That as my second row, the bird bobbing there. That as my third row, and that as my final row. Okay, so I hope that makes sense. So let's just take you back out, and then we're going to start gluing these down. And I'm just going to check to see that I don't have too many cluster of flowers going on, or the colours are not very similar. So I'm going to check, just kind of oversee it, look at it, make sure I'm absolutely happy. Obviously, you know, glue booking is about relaxing. You don't rush the process. I know you just kind of find images and glue them down. A lot of glue book artists do say that, but you know, I think it's, everyone's got their own style and their own way of doing things as well. So you do you, is what I say. And then let's have a look. So I do like those a lot. I think, can I change up any of these images? Would I change any? I've got the strawberries, so I could add the strawberries, but I don't think I'm going to. I think I'm going to add that onto a different one, actually. Yeah, I think I will. It might be fruits. I might do a glue book page on fruits. That would be quite cool, right? I think so. Yeah, so I'm going to start gluing these down. So let's put those away. And the glue stick I'm going to be using is the Bic glue stick, which is pretty cool. So this is a 8-gram glue stick, and it does do a decent job. This thing is, this is kind of, you've got plenty of time to remove it and replace it. Because I was working on a project. It was kind of a project, and it will be shown on this channel as well. And I use this stick, and I kind of applied the big glue stick to a piece of paper. It was actually origami paper, and I moved it about 4 times, but then this morning it was completely stuck, so I couldn't move anything at that point. So it's kind of, what you call it, it's permanent after so many attempts, I guess, but it's a glue book, so I'm not too bothered. So I'm going to be using this one because I do usually use my, let's have a look. So I do use the Yoo-hoo glue sticks. I don't have a small one of that, and because the stamp punches are quite small, I find the big glue stick more easy to handle. Okay, so I'm thinking, am I happy with this particular image here, or shall I go for, yeah, because I have got this one here. I could replace it, but I could replace it with that, but I think I'll stick with it. I think we're going to go with it, right? Yeah, let's go with it. Let's just stick with what we've put down. Okay, so let's get some paper. It's just typical, isn't it? I'm just going to use, yeah, I'll just use this. So I'm just using to glue things as a glue book page, as in not a glue book page, but to kind of glue things down. I'm just using this scrap bit of magazine paper. I have got a glue book to somewhere, but I'm going to be using this, it looks like, for the time being. So all I'm going to do is start gluing down. Okay, so has anybody done this project before? Did they go out and buy the stamp punch after they watched Nicole's Relax Cut and Glue book video? Right, so I'm trying to align things. Now, I'm not gonna say that I'm gonna be perfect in this, because I probably won't be. Okay, so I don't have a template. I was thinking of creating a template so every image is aligned equally, but oops, they're all sticking to me now. That's typical, isn't it? Right, always make sure you've got a wet wipe in front of you, which I don't have. So I'm going to do my side images first. So I've got equal amount on the side is my plan. So you do your best when you're gluing things down in rows is all I can suggest. So I'm going to go with that one next, and make sure you've got it up the right way around as well. And now I'm thinking about it, kind of, sometimes it doesn't matter which way up you put it, but I can move it over slightly because I'm trying to make sure I've got equal space on both sides. So equal space on this side and equal space on that side. Okay, and make sure it's straight. Now, the thing with this particular ring binder sketchbook is A6 sketchbook is that the page does move, right? So it does go like kind of at an angle, but so you've got to just keep straightening it every so often. So let's do, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do my sides first, right? And then, oh, am I going to do my sides first? No, I won't. I'll just carry on. I will carry on working in rows, but I do my sides first, I guess. First time I've done that, I did it in a row on my very first page. So I'll do it like this right now. But what I will be doing is, you can see that's slightly off, but you can still move it. Like I said, this it's like a irreplaceable glue stick in a way. Mind you, this is different paper to what I was using yesterday, so it might not move as much on this paper. Right, so I'm going to go for this one. And I guess the thing is, once you've got one rowed on, then you just kind of follow those lines. So again, equal distance between the two. Oh, do apologise, my battery is dying. So I'm not sure it got cut off for a second there. So let's see. Okay, I'm hoping this is not going to get cut off. If it does, I'll know about it, and I'll just have to charge my phone and then add this and add the clip on to this video. Okay, so I've got my first row done. Can you see that, folks? My first row is done right there. Let's do the next row. And I'm going to keep an eye on my phone because I really don't want this to switch off and then figure out that I've done the whole thing and it's not been filmed. Right? So let me just move it out a little minute. So let's go for the next row. In fact, I'm just gonna move it across on the glue stick. It might be better. It might be better. I don't know. Put these back into position. And drop these down, so I've got equal spacage on the next row moving down. So let's aim for about there. This is going to be interesting for me. I'm going to pick this up because it's not quite in line. Oh there, oh there. I think the corner. Oh, hold on a second, folks. Yeah. Okay, we're good. We're all back on track, I think. She thinks. Right. Okay, so move that down. We're still filming. We're still all good. So let's go on to the next one. Yeah, I would definitely advise you to have a wipe, a wet baby wipe or something, so you can just wipe your hands. Otherwise, you know, you're picking up all the other pieces and moving them as you're kind of going along doing this. Not ideal, is it? So note for next time, right? Okay, so super easy project. It's super fun. So from the harvesting of images to punching out the images to then putting the kind of collage together, I'd say, or glue book page together, you can call it what you want to, really. It's your art, isn't it? Again, it's really fun and it's really easy, and it kind of really helps with the creative side. Well, kind of, it really does. So this one I can see is kind of needs moving in a little bit, so I'm going to try and pick it up, but because it's a stamp punch, the corners are a little bit tricky, I'd say, kind of, to move. And then making sure it's got enough gap here. Right, I think we're doing well. I'll soon find out. When the page is done, we'll know if the images are wonky or out of alignment. Let's just put it that way. Okay, we're still filming. Like I said, do apologise for the lighting. It is not the best. If anyone's got any suggestions with regards to lighting side of things, feel free to comment below. I have bought lighting for the videos, but to be honest, I think it's just the light coming from the window into the room, and it is quite a very dull day, so there's nothing no one can do about the weather, right? It is what it is. Having said that, it's sunny outside. It's not dull at all. I guess that sticks with me because it's been quite dull over the last so many weeks here in the UK. What's the weather like where you are, folks? Is it you know, is it lovely out there? Is it cold? Is it damp? Is it dark and dreary like it has been here? Not that that stops me from walking. I'll always go for a walk regardless. Just get on your coat, right? Get on your coat, get on your waterproof boots, and off you go. Just if you dress appropriately, then yeah, go for it. Because like I said, it's good for your mental health and for other symptoms as well. So what does everyone else do to keep their well-being intact? If you've got any suggestions, feel free to let me know. Obviously, you know, walking, swimming, creating, all those things help, right? So I'm going to move a little bit faster because I'm so conscious of my battery life on my phone, but we're still filming, so we might just get lucky, right? Might just get lucky. This one is slightly, I'm going to move it. Oh yeah, that's good because it allowed me to move it. Exciting. So like I said, I can see some are already off, but off the path. They've just done their own thing. They've just decided to stay in that position. So let's make sure my sides are in alignment the best way. But I guess the key is not to get, she says, stressed out or too hung up about it, because, you know, this is my relaxing form of art. It's not supposed to be a stressful form of art for me. Hence I chose this for that purpose. Now I'm trying to figure which way these go now. So once you punch them out, you kind of, you know, you forget which way they go as well, which is interesting to say the least. We're almost there, folks, and then I can show you the full page. So if anybody has any other suggestions or ideas in terms of what you'd like to see, or you know, other kind of glue book ideas, then feel free to again comment down below and let me know, because I'm always up for more ideas and future video ideas. I have things, projects ready in folders to film, so yeah, really excited for that. At the same time, you know, like I said, I'm working, doing my other business, and then at the same time I'm harvesting the images, which takes a lot of time. I love it. I absolutely love harvesting, going through magazine and harvesting, but it does take some sweet time in doing that. It's not a 5-minute job, that's for sure. And then once you've kind of picked out your images, you have to then trim them down or put them into piles or categories. But there you go, folks. We are done. So let me just see if I can get this into position. So the page is now done. It's kind of all glued. Now, if it does peel off, because like I said, bit glue, let's put the glue lid back on. You can move it after so many attempts, but it seems like it's done. And don't forget, you can just, I'm just using my fingers, because if I use my scraper, I think it would kind of ruin it would probably pull off the actual, the punch, the image, I'm not sure. But there you go. So there is my page already done. So I love it. I love it. This is so cool. And like I said, you could add words to this if you wanted to. You could just add it in there if you wanted to. And if I find some words which are appropriate, I will add them in for sure. But I do like mixing up my floral stamp images with the birds as well. I think that's really cool. I think that's really cool, and with other images as well. Like in the previous one, let me just flip that over. I added the badger and then the bee. It is a badger, right? Oh my gosh. And then the butterfly as well. So, you know, and this, like I said, was done horizontally, and this time I wanted to do it vertically, punch the images up vertically, and I really love this. What do you think, guys? Do you like it? What would you do differently to this? Do let me know. Yeah, so we are finishing up, and I really hope you enjoyed this video. In the meantime, I'm so excited to show you my other projects as well, to do a bit more magazine harvesting, by the way. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you have a lovely week ahead of you, and yeah, and I will see you in my next video. Take care. Bye.